Hi, welcome to Knits Up with Knitter CNY. I am your hostess, Mindy, from Syracuse, New York. I thought I would do a review of a new yarn. I've been knitting with it since yesterday when I picked it up. The new yarn is called Caron Colorama Halo. The specifics are 71% acrylic, 18% nylon, 11% polyester. It's a number 5 bulky. It recommends a US size 10 needle for knitting and a J hook for crochet. Both of those are 6 millimeters. And so I thought I'd do a review. Here in the States, you can only get it at Joann's so far. This is what it looks like. It's an ombre yarn. It's very fluffy, hence the name Halo. You can kind of see that on it. And it's an Ogo format, which means it unwinds like this. It comes with a zip cord, a little zip cord in it, and you pull the zip cord out before you start working with it and you take the label off. Or you can leave the label on, your choice. I am knitting a hat. There is a pattern for a double brimmed hat that Yarnspiration has up on their website that's for free that takes one skein of this. Basically, you start out with a few stitches and you do increases by knitting into the front and the back, and it'll tell you how many stitches and what round you're on and everything. You have to start out with double pointed needles, or you could do it with 2 circulars if you were so inclined, or you could magic loop it. I chose to use double pointed needles. I only had them in 5 millimeter needles, so that's what I used. It's a hat. The difference between 5 and 6 millimeters on the crown of a hat is not going to make that much of a difference in my view. I am going to show you how it knits up. I'm using Nova Platina needles from Knitter's Pride, and I'm using a 16-inch size 10 6 millimeter needle. It's really simple. It glides along the metal. It's not difficult. If you need to frog it, this is how easy it is. Really, really simple to frog. It doesn't, of course, I'm using larger size needles. I'm not using tiny needles. And that makes all the difference in the world. If you're using a very tight gauge on this, it would be harder to frog. Frogging means you're taking out stitches. And so far I like it. I've knit about probably 7 inches on this hat. I have to knit to 11, and then I have to cut the yarn and start on the other end. And you say to yourself, why do you have to cut on the other end? Well, because the ombre goes like this, and otherwise in the middle it would just be completely light and there wouldn't be a really good color change between the two ends, which there will be if I cut the yarn and start on the other end. I'm interested to see how this is going to work from the other end too, because typically Ogos are only set to be on one end that it unravels from. So I'll be interested to see how it unravels from the other side when I have to cut the yarn. I'm assuming that somebody figured that out in the pattern when they suggested that. I'm not going to try and unravel it now, but that's my review. It's very short. Like I said, it's available at Joann's right now. They're running a 25% off all their yarn sale, and I had a 20% coupon for doing a pickup, so I got a little more off it. I think I paid about $7 or so, maybe a little more with tax by the time I got all done. for it. I think it normally retails for like $10, $9.99, something along those lines. But it's very soft, and it's definitely going to be need to be double brimmed. You can see my hand through there. And that's the yarn review. So I hope that if you like Colorama Halo yarn, that you go out and buy some at Joann's. If it isn't your thing, at least you know what it's kind of like before you try knitting with it. And I have not tried crocheting with it. There are going to be other reviews from other podcasters who are crocheters, but I thought I would put up a knit one. Have a great week, guys.